film Eraser is probably one of my favorite films from Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, for a 90s action movie, it gets the job done. It keeps you entertained. It makes you care about like the characters. Not all of them, but still, this is a film that I've highly enjoyed over the years. He will erase your past to protect your future. That's the main tagline of this film. And that's really true because in this movie, Arnold Schwarzenegger plays John Kruger, the eraser. His job is to protect people who are in danger and put them in the witness protection program. So basically, when a woman named Lee, a senior operative, testifying against a illegal arms deal, then her life's in danger and he has to protect her. I have to say, I really enjoyed this film. Rewatching it in 2021 made me realize that this movie has aged pretty well. I mean, the visual effects hasn't aged all that well when you consider that scene where it's the alligators. That was pretty bad. But I highly enjoyed this film. Like when I first saw it years ago, still to this day. And this is probably one of Arnold Schwarzenegger's finest movies he did back in the 90s. You see, Arnold Schwarzenegger was coming off a role doing the Predator film, and of course, the Terminator movies. And so feels more organic to him because in those films, he moves a little stiff, but in this movie, it feels natural to him. I mean, obviously, Vanessa Williams did a great job, so Arnold Schwarzenegger action sequences. I mean, it all comes together real nicely. Even James Caan, who plays another U.S. Marshal, Robert DeGuerin. But thing is, he is a corrupt U.S. Marshal, and basically he turns out to be the bad guy in the film. As far as antagonist goes, he's alright. I mean, I wouldn't say he's one of the best movie villains, but he's not horrible either. It's just, we try to understand his motivation for doing this. We'll find out. But it's not like a compelling reason for him to be doing this. Maybe there is. There's always another side to the story when it comes to, this U.S. Marshal. But I have to say that one interesting aspect of this film is that they have futuristic weapons. I mean, they have a railgun in this film. We don't even have a railgun today. So, for it being this movie, it's like futuristic because I know there was a part in the movie where John Kruger is coming out of the wreckage with the rail guns. It's badass. If you somehow never seen this film, I say you should check it out because I think it's well worth your time. I will admit, this film does have some plot holes in the grand scheme of things. But overall, I think this is a film that you can just enjoy. And not just that, just be entertained by it. Not every film has to have Oscar-worthy performances. I mean, sometimes you need a good action film. This is classic 90s action. Maybe not at its best, but still, you have the one-liners, which are a great thing in this film. And then, of course, I mentioned that Arnold Schwarzenegger's performance, and of course, Vanessa Williams, along with James Caan. I mean, they all do a good job here. I will say, if it wasn't for those performances, this probably would have been a pretty, a forgettable 90s film, but it is certainly an interesting movie because it is something that I think that everyone should check this film out. I think this film's underrated, but I talked to some people over the years and they have enjoyed this film. They say it's not the best Arnold film, but it's clearly not his worst either. I'm giving this film an 8 out of 10. Certainly a highlight in Arnold Schwarzenegger's career. The fact that he did this film and it wasn't tied to the Predator franchise or Terminator franchise. It was like his own thing he did, where he does a stand-up action movie. Something that, action stars was doing back in the 90s. They certainly don't make films like this anymore, Nonetheless, though, this film is a good time, and I certainly have enjoyed this film for years. In fact, this film was also nominated for Academy Award for Best Sound Effects editing. Like, The editing in this film is actually pretty well done, not just sound wise, but there are some cool visual effects in this movie, especially when the railguns, are firing. That part looks very futuristic. And that's my review of the film Eraser. Alright, leave your comments down below in the section and let me know what you think about this film. Is this one of your favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movies? Okay, this is Slum God 172 saying, peace out.